So, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whichever way we are in the world. Welcome to Let's Talk Trek. And today we are not just Let's Talk Trek, we are Let's Talk Trek alongside Virtual TrekCon, who have been very gracious and kind to have us on board. So, if you're joining us from Virtual TrekCon, hello.
Good evening.
Who we are. Normally there's four of us. That's the first thing I was going to say. There's normally four, but there's three today due to one of our colleagues having work commitments, unfortunately. So my name is Dan. I'm from a little web page called The Trekkies Guide to the Galaxy. At the side of me, which, let me get this right, is that way.
Hi, I'm Richard, and I'm from the Riker's Beard. And below me, always...
Hello, I'm James, and I'm also from the Riker's Beard.
Wonderful.
And the Riker's Beard is a fantastic Facebook page where you can join and meet like-minded bearded people.
Or unbearded people.
Sit down in a funny way.
Oh.
Well, so let's see. It's been one of those weeks. Busy week this week. Now, not just in Trekdom. Oh. I'm waiting for the picture to fall.
You may be waiting a while.
So we normally at this point in the show start by greeting our very, very, very wonderful viewers. We'd like to say a lovely hello to Anne-Marie. Hello, Anne-Marie.
Both of you, yes. Hello,
I
Anne-Marie.
missed you. I love you. What ho, Gary.
Anne-Marie, I've seen you online.
Val, hey Val. It's lovely to see you.
Hello,
Christoph. Christoph, hello, Christoph. Nadim, as always, the man who knows it all. Gaylinda, I'm going to go for. Gaylinda Bruton, let me know. Oh, where are you from, Gaylinda? Please let us know.
Is that Klingon?
I wouldn't say that before you know where she's actually from, James.
Anne-Marie says she loves my hair. I'm essentially, it's some sort of like weird sort of comb over to hide where the hair's fitting, I think. This sort of. No, just time for a change. So, getting ready for convention season.
Oh, Galinda's from Texas.
And we're still
g'day. Sorry. G'day, mate.
Splendid work.
In from the Seventh Rule podcast.
Ah, right.
Oh, wonderful, yes.
April's in.
Oh, hey, April.
G'day. Right, so let's talk a little bit about what we are. We do like an hour and 15 minutes Trek show. We're going to be an hour today because we know that other people have got other shows they have to get onto. So we've got an hour. We have to be off because Virtual TrekCon starts its next thing after us. So
we can just run on anyway, can't we, Dan? I mean, they can always just turn us off. Now,
let's do a couple of our features and then we're going to talk about Trek. That's probably the best way to do this. So let's.
First time for everything. Okay.
Feature number one. Feature number one.
Well, good evening, dear viewer. And this evening's cocktail comes to you courtesy of Pinkster, agreeably British gin, made with real raspberries. This is, I don't know, can anyone think of the name of an alien planet? Quick. Let's make it Star Trek quick.
Let's have it. If it's pink, that's kind of like red. Let's have a Mars-based episode.
Yes. Welcome to the Mars Gin and Tonic. So you will need.
Oh, really? You going with that? You're not going with Utopia Ginista?
Yeah, all right. Let's call it a Utopia Planitia. So let's have a nice double glug there of agreeably British gin. Now,
dear viewer, the reason we do this is because James is much more entertaining after he's had a drink. So we quickly just get this feature in. Do you know, that's not what I would call a gin.
Now, you should also, steady, have a healthy amount of ice.
Oh, Glenn.
Now, ordinarily, I'd be recommending Fever Tree Tonic, but today I'm using Schweppes.
Why?
Now, unusually for gin, instead of lemon or lime, you will be using mint. Now, this is mint from, as I like to get my lime also from there, Ferenginar, because it is particularly moist. So give it a little bit of crunch to get the flavour out. Dump it in there. There we go. That is a Utopia Planitia gin and tonic, and that is marvellous.
It's a lovely glass you've got there, James. Is that a gold leaf on the rim?
Oh, yes, look.
James, would you say it's marvellous?
No, I wouldn't, Dan. No, I wouldn't.
Mars jokes you're not going for. Fine. Apparently, your mixed drink is now in mint condition.
Ah, very good. It's just the tonic I needed.
Oh, dear God. Right, so let's have a chat about Star Trekky stuff. We would normally have Carl on at this point to talk about Carl's Collectible Corner, but Carl has had to go to work.
And also, because we've got a lot of viewers here that haven't seen our previous collectibles, we thought we might rerun a favourite.
Oh.
So do we want to run the collectibles sting first?
Yes, let's do that. Carl's Collectible Corner, things that James also owns.
Now, as our regular viewer will know, that we're big fans of all things Star Trek, and in particular, we like the ships that don't often get mentioned, and we're big fans of the Malon Freighter from Voyager. And some time ago, we put a lot of pressure on Hero Collector to release an edition of the Malon Freighter, which really did it justice. Our UK viewers may have seen this before. Our US ones haven't, so they're going to see it now.
This is very, very special.
The pursuit of perfection begins with a dream. Irresistible desire. You demanded. You waited. They delivered. Something to exceed the expectation of millions. You wanted more. Malon Cloak Activate Edition. And more. The Gold Edition. So that was the advert that Hero Collector came out with for the gold-plated and the cloaked editions of the Malon Freighter. And if you would like to attend our social gathering on the 23rd of October at the Atlantis in Ramsgate, then the gold Malon Freighter is going to be up for auction.
Ooh.
For those of you tuning in from the States, if you leave now, I think you can get past all the quarantine rules in time to attend our event, so that you can bid on the gold Malon Freighter.
Royal Oak Hotel in Ramsgate. Look forward to seeing you.
So talking about the event, and we'll talk about your event soon. Let's have a talk about another event, because it's sort of event season at the moment. There's Just various ones on at the moment. But I wanted to talk about one that we're going to be actively involved in, which is the European Star Trek Convention, Destination Star Trek in London. Now, as we know, that's going to be coming up on the 12th to the 14th of November. So we have got a month. Am I right in saying that?
Barely a month, yes.
Barely a month, yeah.
Golly. And they have released this week their COVID procedure. We're not going to get into the people's views on COVID. That's not what this show is for. We're just going to talk about what the actual COVID procedures for the event are. And that's what we're going to do. A couple of sort of highlights, and I've got it on the screen. So I'm just going to read out the sort of the cliff notes of this. Is that a COVID-19 negative lateral flow test within the last 48 hours will be required to enter the site. You can use your COVID pass if you have the NHS app on your phone. If you're a UK visitor or international visitors, you can use the equivalent from your country. If you've flown in, you'll have a result from at the airport, so you can use that. Restrictions are in place during the event. Now, masks are not mandatory, but it would be nice if you wore them. It's a recommendation, not an order. Hand sanitizing stations leave plenty of space. Essentially, don't run around and lick each other because that's bad. We would like it if you would all fist bump and elbow bump rather than shake hands.
How about this? Can we do this?
We can do a live longer.
That's probably better, isn't it?
Interestingly, now it says our DST policy for photo shoots will be not to use screen dividers, but we may ask you to be respectful of contact when you're having a photo taken.
I'll just stop you there, Dan. This is something I've always thought very strongly about with the photo shoots. Anyway, there are some actors that are very happy to have their personal space invaded. There are some that aren't, and you should be respectful of that, regardless of bloody COVID. To be quite frank, yeah.
I mean, like you say, there's plenty of people who are happy to have their space invaded, and then
we know a couple that are more than happy to.
John Barrowman,
yeah, Marina Sirtis, to name a couple.
Yes, but it says, surely guests require any alterations as policy, we reserve the right to change our setup per an individual guest request. If that happens, we will not refund, but you'll get a ticket to
an evening with John Barrowman.
Yeah,
will be your refunded ticket.
Yeah. So that's the sort of the basics of it. Now, Richard, I'll just have Nashri. Can you put some comments up on this thing? Because you got a comment.
Absolutely, yes.
Comment.
So Anne-Marie can't wait to hear about our Destination Star Trek adventures. Now, I'm going to be careful here because I tend to talk about things when I shouldn't do. But Dan, this can segue on a little bit too. Can you reveal a little bit to our viewers as to what we might be doing there?
Absolutely, we might be attending.
That's as much as we can say. Really?
We can put it no higher than we might be attending.
Okay, so we are. Okay. We might be on stage a little bit. One of the stages. We are going to be doing the quiz.
I can guarantee that we'll be drinking. Whatever it is we're doing, no matter what time of the day we're put on stage, we will be drinking.
The entertainment in the evening parties is our responsibility too. So that's going to be interesting. So,
don't forget the way to recognise anyone who's a viewer is this.
James, I think you need to respond to this.
No, that's not right.
Hold on, James.
Thank you.
Can you just hold the DVD up, please? Does this mean that my gift has arrived at your office?
No. Oh. This is the evening with John Barrowman that we struggled for weeks to give away when we were playing Blankety Blank.
Dan, shush.
And this copy belongs to Alan Window, but he insisted we autograph it. So until we're all together, it can't be autographed.
Right, so we've got some news this week, which this comment's going to segue into.
Evening, Doc.
So, hey, Doc, how are you doing, Doc? Doc, I'm afraid that on this show, we don't like you. And this is about to be revealed as to why we don't like you as we go into. It's a fake. So this is the news that unfortunately James is going to be leaving us. James appeared on a local radio station recently, and purely because he did it so well and he was loved by the public so much, he's leaving the show and he's joining Academy FM instead. There's James on Academy FM today. Doc, I listened to it. I actually listen to your show probably more often than you'd think I would, but I always like you on the show. You've got a wonderful voice and a wonderful temperament, and you run a very good show. Your music selection is very eclectic, which I very much like. James was brilliant on the show today, and he was loved so much. He's actually leaving our show, so this is terribly sad news. But James, we wish you every luck in your future endeavours.
Oh, well, is this my last show then?
Yep.
Wow.
Okay, well, Doc, thanks ever so much for having me this morning. Look what you've done. for
James,
both of our regular viewers, do tune into
show.
Academy FM. It's our local radio station, and it's jolly good.
Well, I actually used to present on local radio and regional radio once upon a time. So that's an old hat I used to wear. Not so much anymore. But you know, I'm sure we can maybe do a web radio show at some point. Now, let's move on past the fake news into real news. We would like our party at Destination Star Trek to take off with a bang, but something we would not like to take off with a bang, see how I'm going to segue into this, is William Shatner going into orbit on Blue Origin. We want this to be a very successful launch. Is it just me, or does the Shat look worried in that picture?
This has got the potential to be the saddest moment in Star Trek history.
Or the best?
It's on a knife edge, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Okay,
let's be honest.
Shatner returns safely. Who's next?
Let's be honest. If it were you and you were 90, you'd go, wouldn't you? Of course you would. I'd go. If I was 90, I'd go. I wouldn't care. I'd just go.
So here we see
There's Shatner on the bridge.
Shatner walking across what I can only assume is a multi-story parking structure, because that's a bridge like the one on ours.
So if anyone's ever been fortunate enough to watch Better Late Than Never, the American travel series with William Shatner and the Fonz and such and so forth, where they go to all these countries very much out of their comfort zones, William Shatner, he is a badass. And I mean, he will eat anything, he will go anywhere, he will do anything. There's guys younger than him, bigger than him, stronger than him that are scared by stuff, and he will go and do. I know for a fact that, you know, you've got to be sensible to be worried, but this won't faze him at all. If you've watched that series, you'll know why.
Well, you know, Richard, risk is our business.
Gosh, is that what it's... That's really nice.
Looks like a hotel, doesn't it?
That's nicer than my guest house. In fact,
more like a spa.
Yeah. It does look a bit like a spa, doesn't it?
It's got lovely that they've got a waste paper bin in the middle, isn't it?
Well, I was wondering if that was like the robot from the black hole. You know, if it opened up and.
Oh yes, Vincent.
Yes. Probably isn't.
It's rather lovely.
I don't wish harm. Nobody wishes harm, William Shatner. Let's just put that out there now.
Yeah, but there's worse places to die than that. That's quite nice.
If anything happens to Bill Shatner, I imagine it would end up like that Star Trek episode. Do you know the one in Voyager when they find the probe that's been sucked into the anomaly and Seven goes and listens to the logs and Chakotay?
Oh yes, yeah.
It'll be like that. You know, just Shatner just giving out log entries for the next year or so until the oxygen runs out.
I do hope that Bezos is going to rename this rocket Enterprise.
If he doesn't, Bezos, I'm cancelling my Amazon subscription. There we go. Jeff, that's it. Rename it or the Amazon subscription goes.
And Bezos, he does order a lot of stuff off Amazon as well. So you should see, like, his recycling bin is full of just cardboard. It's just embarrassing.
It is horrendous.
And let us hope, by the way, everyone, that William Shatner is going to follow the Amazon Prime directive. Have we got a tumbleweed animation?
No.
We'll
Moving
get
on.
one.
Let's do some news. Right. Boosh. Ooh. Yes, this is the story that the History Channel are doing a series called The Center Seat, 55 Years of Star Trek.
They've spelt centre wrong.
Why? What's wrong with the spelling?
Well, the E and the R are the wrong way round.
No.
Let's gloss over it. No one noticed.
No one noticed. The other side of the pond in the colonies, James, they spell it differently. This is like tire and everything. It's
And check. Yeah. Anyway, yes, this is going to be interesting. We're going to watch that. Excellent. Oh yes, New York Comic Con. Lots of things coming out of New York Comic Con. Star Trek Prodigy, Discovery. Thank you very much to the guys at TrekMovie.com who we've nicked the graphics off because we didn't have time to make our own, so we've just appropriated these. We're giving you credit, so hey, UK's biggest Trek show, and I've just pointed everyone to you. So, boosh. Right, Star Trek Discovery season.
Our viewers will be pleased.
Ooh,
Season
I
4.
like that
Season 4
uniform. Whoa, that uniform. I've not seen that yet. That's nice.
Yeah,
I
we
like
did see it,
that.
Richard. It was at the end of the last series. If you could have stuck it through to the end, they did wear these slightly different versions.
Yes, I stuck it through to the end.
Now, do you remember
Really
us
nice.
seeing this seat at the Netflix premiere for this?
Yes, we all took a turn sitting on it, and I believe didn't you or someone sat? No, Michael Anton. He sat on my knee in the chair. My husband.
And we took lots and lots of photographs for reference in case we wanted to construct a replica.
But we didn't want to.
No, but then we decided we didn't want to.
Yeah.
You have never, right. So, viewers, you have never been to, we've been invited to this exclusive premiere screening event.
They had a free bar.
The UK actual proper media is there.
And every drink was free.
And they've invited us
somehow we got in.
Star Trek experts. I'm going to put this out. We've been invited as actual Star Trek experts. So we get shipped all the way to London. Lovely place. Everyone's there like, oh, isn't this fancy? No, not James. He's there with his tape measure, measuring up the props.
Yeah, and I'm at the bar going, seriously, so if I drink this, you'll just give me another one? He went, yeah. I was like, okay.
Which, as one of our regular viewers will know, my speciality, Dan, is in recreating props. And of course, we have the Enterprise D command chair, which is a beautiful piece of work. And I thought I might recreate that, but I've chosen not to.
And as our regular viewer will know, I'm very good at drinking. So when presented with a free bar, which apparently is a given for journalists, that's what we did.
So
James put the tape measure out, and I assessed the bar.
Yes, so I'm there like, oh my god, this is all these cool things, and I can take photos, and look at the stars, and Jason Isaacs, that's amazing, and this. No, James is there. Tape measure.
Look, I can see the show whenever I want, can't I, Dan?
My memory we went and had dinner outside in the pub that looked directly into MI6.
Yes, and James corrected the apostrophe on the chalkboard for their menu.
Yes.
Well, an errant apostrophe irritates me.
And then we found out that James Bond was not at home.
That apostrophe offended me. It was so blatant in its misuse.
Anyway,
don't you remember, as we were walking out, that rocket-powered jet boat blasted out from a first-floor window and jumped into the Thames and chased some lady in a speedboat? Don't you remember?
And then James licked his thumb and removed the apostrophe from the chalkboard.
Anyway, right. So, yes, the Star Trek Discovery Season 4 trailer is out. It is amazing. We have put a link to it on the Trekkies Guide to the Galaxy page where you can watch it. Lots of explosions, lots of cool, faraway looks into the middle distance.
Let's all do a faraway look into the middle distance.
Was there any crying?
No.
Really?
Really? No Michael Burnham crying this time. I'm looking forward to this. So November 18th, which means we'll get it on the 19th in the UK because we're not loved. Right, moving on. Ooh, do you know what this is, James?
Well, this is a comic book. I'm presuming someone's releasing a year 5 of the 5-year mission style anthology.
This is IDW, this is another thing that's come from New York Comic Con. This is, I believe, it's to do with how the crew coped once they came back from the 5-year mission. It's that transition between the end of the 5-year mission and the motion picture, that whole middle.
Yeah, I was about to say, so I've recently watched the motion picture in its new 4K format, which, by the way, is an amazing transfer. They've done such a good job. And bearded McCoy just looks so sinister. And in this, bearded McCoy still looks sinister. It's the medallion. That's what it is.
There is, in fact, a very good novel that came out about 25 years ago called The Lost Years, I believe, that covers this specific period of time. So it may well be the same story.
Just the odd screen grab that I managed to find online for it. Right, other new stuff that's coming out. IDW are also releasing the new Mirror War series.
This is our friend
J.K. Woodward's name there.
Yeah, friend of the show, J.K. Woodward, who designed these ones.
Yes,
very nice chap.
As you can see in the top here, Tipton, Nato, and Alonso.
Tipton's in it twice.
Well, Woodward designed the all of the ones we're seeing in there. Actually, he designed the outfits and how it was going to be. I remember having a chat. I was very, very drunk, but I remember having a chat with him about it, and he showed me his.
Remember him?
Okay, myself and J.K. Woodward were both very, very drunk, but he's the one that came up with the sleeveless shirts, and in particular, Marina Sirtis' wonderful outfit in that. He came up with all those designs.
And this one is an online exclusive. So this is like your prequel one. But yeah, just how badass does Picard look? Yeah.
By the way, if Edward Woodward would chop wood, how much wood would Edward Woodward chop?
Probably about 30%.
Okay.
Because he would, because he does like a drink and he might sloss off a few fingers.
Right, moving on. Star Trek Coda. This is a new free book series.
Friend of the show, James Swallow?
No, that's Dayton
Ward.
Webb.
So here's book one, which is Moments Asunder. Book two.
Dayton Ward is not a friend of the show, but he could be if he plays his cards right.
Now look at that. The new Deep Space Nine.
Well, you say the new Deep Space Nine. It's fairly old now. It was replaced in the literary verse some years ago.
Yes, indeed. 2 seconds.
Designed, I think, by friend of the show, Doug Drexler.
Is he a friend of the show? I had no idea.
Well, he may not know it, but he is.
Well, until he denies it, it's entirely plausible.
So yes, this is a 3-book arc, isn't it? Which effectively aims to tie up the literary spin-off universe that's post Nemesis. Which has effectively been undone by events portrayed in Picard. So they're finding a way to give it a neat and tidy ending.
Why is it whenever Anne-Marie asks me to do some sort of show for America, I get poorly sick? Seriously, last time...
Maybe a computer virus, Dan.
For those viewers who don't know, last time Anne-Marie had me on Virtual TrekCon, was doing the quiz and this panel. We did this panel. And I was in the throes of COVID and had no idea. And I still, to this day, do not remember doing the show. And
it's like you had mushroom tea, wasn't it? You wouldn't.
I only remember watching it back. I have no actual memory of actually doing the show at all. And now today I've got a cough, which is great. So that's book 3.
David Mack. So James Swallow, friend of the show. He really is a fantastic chap. Check out his books; they're very good. David Mack is my second favourite. No, he's not. He's my third favourite Trek author because Tony Lee, of course, is my favourite. But David Mack is very good. I love his books.
I love Tony Lee. Tony, I love you.
We all love Tony Lee.
Well, he's a very good friend of the show.
He is indeed. Right. Let's have a look.
And he's coming to our event on the 23rd of October.
Oh, really? I'll send him a message on Facebook. Oh, hold on.
Oh, more books? Blimey.
More books? Amazing.
Dan, our cup doth runneth over.
It does indeed. And I'm sure our friends will be sending us some free copies of this. Or me, or whatever.
Famed author of A Big Ship at the Edge of the Universe.
Yes. Isn't that fancy? Right, so there's all the slides for this week. Now, it's 1:30, so let's move into this. So yeah, that's all the new releases that come out, all the stuff. Like I said, there's some big news sort of that's out there. Obviously, the big one this week is the Discovery trailer. There's going to be Prodigy stuff coming out the next day or two from New York Comic Con, and obviously we'll keep abreast of that and put that on our various socials.
Dan, did you see the link I sent earlier that it's been announced Robert Beltran will be returning in Prodigy as Captain Chakotay?
No, I did not see the link, sorry.
Is he a captain of what, like a forest?
I don't know, but so long as he brings his medicine bundle, we'll all be satisfied.
I think it's about time, gentlemen, that we need some audience participation. Would you like to hold up your robots that you've got there, waving their hands? Our viewers from America, if you've not played this game before, prepared to be impressed. It's quite simple. People get confused by this game. I've no idea why. I'm going to play you a clip. All you have to do is guess whether the person in the clip is going to get the answer correct or incorrect. That's all you don't have to guess whether the answer is right or wrong. The person in the clip, are they going to get it right or are they going to get it wrong? And
Write your answer down.
You can write your answer down if you like, or you can type it in the comments. That might make more sense. So all you have to do is guess. Wait until the clip starts playing, and then choose your choose. This week is a very special one. We've got a celebrity that's going to choose their choose. So if everyone's ready, let's play Choose Your Choose.
From The Walking Dead. Hello.
Hi.
We have a question for you. Are you ready?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Think carefully. Star Trek or Star Wars?
I should say Star Trek, but I'm going to have to say Star Wars.
Wrong.
So yeah, James, again, you were there.
Yeah, but my hit rate so far is about 50-50 on this because I don't look at the end of the clip. You can clearly see I'm drinking.
So let's see how we did in the audience. See who got what right. So we have got. Okay. Right.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Yeah. So Paul. Well, you were wrong.
You said
Val
right,
was wrong,
so you were wrong.
So she was right. Linda was wrong, so she was right. Anne-Marie was just someone tickled her.
No, that's just barking, Anne-Marie.
No, someone tickled her. It's not her fault. She was tickled. But yeah, so that's Nadim. So he was wrong, so he was right. So there we are. The game's as simple as that. I don't know why people struggle with it, but there we are. And that concludes this week's Choose Your Choose.
Choose your choose.
Right. So what I thought it'd be nice to do at this point in time, because we've got a bit of time, we know that the European Star Trek convention is on, and we appreciate at the moment that travel between the continents and Britain is quite difficult. And if you do come over to Britain at the moment and you're from America, I'm going to warn you at this point, we are currently running out of food, petrol, energy. What else are we running out of as a country?
Patience,
money. Yeah, it's a bit of a disaster, to be honest, at the moment. But
do you know that scene in Ghostbusters 2 where they need something to generate loads of goodwill and they use the Statue of Liberty and they animate it with good slime?
Yes.
What could we use, Dan?
Ted Lasso.
No, he's... No.
What can we use to generate goodwill in the country? Well, it's got to be
Nelson's column. Let's see Nelson's column hop across the country. That'd be hilarious.
We just use Patrick Stewart. He's like the most goodwilly person in the world.
That's true.
Ted Lasso.
Right. So
Patrick Stewart and Mary Berry.
If you're new to the show, Ted Lasso is some sort of fascination Richard has currently got that is not Star Trek. But Richard, go on, do your Ted Lasso plug.
So this week, I've mostly been watching not Ted Lasso, the amazing and brilliant Martin Short and Steve Martin in Only Murders in the Building, which is on Disney Plus. Which, as our regular viewer will know, we're both in the Three Amigos, which has got something to do with Star Trek. Yeah, so yeah, if you can't watch Ted Lasso, please do watch Only Murders in the Building. It's brilliant. It's absolutely fantastic. But obviously, if you can watch Ted Lasso, watch that.
Right, so Paul asks, when are we bringing out a Riker's beard version of the cat?
Now,
Can we have
Paul,
a bearded
you are a
cat?
tremendous friend of the Riker's beard, and you will buy any piece of tat that I have made with the Riker's beard branding.
That's absolutely not true. How many of these have you got, Paul?
Where's my special Riker's beard hat? Oh, I don't know. Do you have the Riker's beard contraceptive foam there, Richard?
I used it. It's all used up. I used all of it.
The Riker's beard fire extinguisher.
I haven't got the Riker's beard fire extinguisher.
I'm raising in the shadows.
Oh, what we're doing in the shadows? I've seen.
That's a brilliant show.
Well, there's about 4 different iterations. I've seen one with Matt Berry in. I've seen a film of it. I've not seen the American one. There's so many different iterations of what we do in the shadows. I've not been able to catch up with all of them.
Nadine. Oh well. Let me go to the merchandise box. And see
Here
what I've got
so
It's essentially,
this is the special edition section.
There'll be lots of tats available to buy.
This is the special ops section. 31 Riker's beard
well,
one.
you can Nadine buy the Riker's beard yo-yo.
Yep, there's a yo-yo. Yep.
That's available in several colours.
Red and yellow. Yeah.
Can I just point out that we are on Virtual TrekCon? We are not on network buying television TV show.
Look, here are the
there
Riker's
they are.
beard special
Look at-
edition com badges.
They're beautiful. They're beautiful. How much, James? Because I'll pay you £100 for each one.
These are no longer available. These are limited edition. These are
They're-
mine.
They're yours. So it's a
Oh,
case
hang
of
on. What have I got here?
let me know the charity you're supporting and make me an offer.
Oh, I've got a couple of spares. There we go.
Ooh, a silver one. Very
But don't
nice.
forget, in my merchandise box, I also have the
Pencils.
the Riker's beard pencil. There we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And somewhere in here, yes, here we have the Let's Talk Trek Blankety Blank pencil
Ooh, fancy.
from when we played Blankety Blank, Blankety Blank, Blankety Blank. We're solely responsible for the BBC recommissioning Blankety Blank. It's true.
It's true.
Right, let's move into some more features because obviously time is running away and we have to be off by the time the next time starts. So,
Right. How much time we got?
we can talk about Atlantis and then we can do Wish and then we can do a couple of other bits.
I was gonna do the Amarillo video actually.
Oh, do you want to show us your guitar first?
Oh yes. So here we are. Right. So in the US, you'll be aware that you have this thing called Star Trek wines, which looks fantastic to us, but they won't ship to the UK. But to try and get us to buy it, they frequently auction off these or put competitions up for Star Trek guitars. And because we can't get them in the UK, I thought, well, stuff it, I'll make my own. So here's my Star Trek guitar that I made.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
I'm very pleased with it. It's quite gorgeous. It really is. So there we are, which will be on display and available for people to finger at our view. Would anyone like to see it in action?
Everyone.
So have we got time to see it in action? Shall I play a clip of it in action? Yep. Okay, right. Well, here we are. Enjoy.
Just a castaway, an island lost at sea. Oh, another lonely day, no one here but me. Oh, more loneliness than any man could bear. Come on and rescue me before I fall into despair. Oh, I send my SOS to the world. I send my SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. Message in a bottle, yeah. since I wrote my note. But I should have known this right from the start. Only hope can keep me together. Love can mend your life. Love can break your heart. I send an SOS to the world. I send an SOS to the world. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets mine. I hope that someone gets my message in a bottle. Message in a bottle, yeah.
So there we are. One Star Trek guitar playing a song which was by originally Sting, who featured in this week's episode just gone of Only Murders in the Building, where Sting was the prime suspect and was interrogated by Martin Short and Steve Martin. Watch it, it's brilliant.
Also, with the Star Trek guitar is the complimentary Riker's Beard Vibra Slap.
Now, Message in a Bottle, I think, would be the should be dedicated to the USS Voyager, because
Yeah, what a good episode. What a good episode that is. Yeah.
You can't just make things limited edition Riker's Beard by drawing on them, James. That's not how it works.
I can, and I did.
If that's true, I'm chasing Marina Sirtis around DST with a Sharpie.
And on that bombshell, dear viewer.
What do you mean our press and hosting privileges have been revoked? What? Well, yes. So let's move on to our next feature. If you're still
another feature.
If you are watching it and you're still here, good effort. Most people have been away by that.
They were doing okay till they fell off the stage. They were doing okay till they went on the stage. Whoa. Yes, dear viewer. Now, WISH is an acronym that means What in Sam Hill. Those of you in America may be familiar with that as a phrase of incredulity. And basically, every week I go on the internet and I find a clip which I think is incredulous. I can't remember which clip we're going to roll this week. So there's no introduction, just roll VT.
James, there are about 4 clips here. Which one would you like?
Pick one at random. I don't know which ones you've got.
I could play the Amarillo video.
Oh, yeah, play Amarillo for the...
My friend Gilbert Gottfried recorded a promotion for 50 Shades of Grey, the best-selling erotic novel. Many fans insisted I'd enjoy a special connection to the book, and that I ought to do an audio narration for it. I was intrigued, so I grabbed a copy to see what all the fuss was about. Over my stomach, between my thighs, with his long-fingered hands. Oh my. I tilt my head back, my eyes rolling to the back of my head, my mouth slack, and I groan. The pressure is building slowly, inexorably inside me. Oh my. He thrusts his hips again. His eyes are wide, wary, and filled with salacious need. Need for me. Need for my mouth. Oh my.
Yeah, that wasn't the Amarillo video, but that was George Takei reading excerpts from 50 Shades of Grey. And I thought it was wonderful.
Wow.
Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Should we play Amarillo as well?
Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la.
Roll VT!
Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la. Sha-la-la-la-la-la.
when the day is gone. On a Texas Sunday morning, how I long to be there with Marie, who's waiting for me there. Every lonely city where I hang my hat ain't as half as pretty as where my baby's at. Is this the way to Amarillo? Every night I'll be hugging my pillow, dreaming dreams of Amarillo, and sweet Marie who waits for me. Show me the way to Amarillo. I've been weeping like a willow, crying over Amarillo, and sweet Marie who waits for me. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, 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 and Marie who waits for me. There's a church bell ringing with a song of joy that it's singing for the sweet Maria and the guy who's come to see her. Just beyond the highway, there's an open plain, and it keeps me going through the wind and rain. Is this the way to Amarillo? Every night I'll be hugging my pillow, dreaming dreams of Amarillo, and sweet Marie who waits for me. Show me the way to Amarillo. I've been weeping like a willow, crying over Amarillo, and sweet Marie who waits for me. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, 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 and Marie who waits for me. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, 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 and Marie who waits for me. Sha-la-la-la-la-la-la, 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 and Marie who waits for me.
That was a whole lot of fun, wasn't it? That's what Riker's Beard is about. That's what we Brits do at conventions.
It is.
Absolutely.
Also, those of you in America, how do you get to Amarillo?
I'm not sure.
They normally take a bus, I believe.
Well, talking about what Riker's Beard is about, now this might be a good time to run the Atlantis promo.
Oh, the Atlantis promo.
Richard,
Roll VT.
Hang on. Wait for it. Have we got one uploaded?
I can do it. Here we go.
Go for it.
Welcome to the bridge. This is the incorrect video.
Okay. So if that's the incorrect video, what's the correct video?
We updated it.
You want it? Oh, hang on. So there's another
Linda
one.
drives quickly by on her way to Albuquerque. Very nice. That's the one.
Ah, there you are. Welcome to Starbase Atlantis. Come with me.
That James bloke.
Go on through here to the bar area. So this space here serves both as our bar and as our transporter room. We may have that lit. We'll see how we can do in October. Aldebaran whiskey, please, barman. Ah, refreshing. I needed that. Now, come with me. This is our principal venue, so come on in. As you will see, we have this nice big space here away from anyone else. Lots of seating and tables and so forth down here, plenty of room for everyone. But if there isn't space down here for everyone who turns up, we do have another room upstairs that you can fit probably 50, 60 people in. And if that is still not enough, there's a bar that you can fit perhaps another 200 people in. But they don't want to see any of that, because what you're here for is this. And this is, of course, the Rikers Beard Bridge. Some of you may have seen it at conventions or out and about or just online, but this is going to be here for the whole weekend, and you can come and have your photo taken on it, play around. No charges whatsoever, it's on us, we just want you to enjoy it. So, what's going to be happening? Well, firstly, when is it? The 23rd of October. Get back to your duty station, Lieutenant. 23rd of October, it's Saturday. We'll be here most of the day, but certainly all evening. Keep your eye on our page for further details. We're hoping to have things like a quiz. We're hoping to have perhaps a costume competition if enough people turn up wearing costumes. And please, please do, because it makes it much more fun. Obviously, we just want to have a few drinks and share a meal with people. There's food and drink available all day. It's plenty of that available. Our friend Gary O'Brien, who is the producer and director of fan film The Holy Core, in which part of our set did feature, he's going to do a screening of his film for us. It's about half an hour in total, and he'll be doing a Q&A on that as well, which he's a really interesting guy. It's well worth coming if for that alone. So please do come. 23rd of October, the Oak Hotel, Ramsgate. We'll see you here. Make it so.
I dare say our American viewers will be rushing to book tickets now.
Amazing. So that's more or less it for today. I want to say a couple of quick thank yous actually while the people are on the call.
You're welcome, Dan.
Well, obviously to you. You're my first friend. And James, my second, and Carl, my first. We want to say a big thank you to Anne-Marie, because without Anne-Marie, we wouldn't be able to kidnap.
She's waiting for me there.
In Amarillo, presumably.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Anne-Marie has us on for Virtual TrotCon, and she's our #1 American sort of contact and stuff like that. So thank you so much. Thanks to Ryan T. Husk for putting up with us on the 7 Rule podcast, doing all those bits and pieces and all this, because that's mental. And yeah, we're looking forward to Destination Star Trek, Europe, and this, and lots of other stuff. So yeah, it's been a good chat. We enjoyed this.
As always,
we're here every Sunday night.
True that.
It's a pleasure just to spend my time with you good gentlemen, which is why we started doing the show in the first place. The fact that everyone tunes in every week and watches us, it's just fantastic. And we hope we've made you at least giggle a little bit. And next week, we promise we will talk about more Star Trek.
No, don't make us into a Star Trek show.
Don't spoil it by talking about Star Trek the whole time.
God, goodness me. Why would you do Star Trek on a Star Trek
show? Serious question. So today, chaps, there was on when James was on the radio, they were talking about who should play the next James Bond. Well, it got me thinking, like, if they were going to do a reboot like Abrams' version of TNG, who would play Picard? I mean, you've got to remove Tom Hardy from the equation, but who would play Picard in a reboot of TNG?
Well, I don't know. Is he going to spoil it?
Vin Diesel. He's bald.
Yeah, there you go. That'll ruin it nicely.
I mean, I think this is a huge compliment to Patrick Stewart. It's a much harder question, isn't it? Than like who's going to be the next Bond, who's going to be the next Doctor Who, like who would be the next Picard is actually a much harder question.
Vin Diesel, because every one of those episodes where something happens to one of the crew, Vin Diesel would be like, or Vin Diesel Picard would be like, my crew is family, and then he'd have just an excuse just to blow up everything, because that's what happens. I've seen Fast and the Furious. Yeah,
it's one of these. Everyone's talking who the next Doctor Who's going to be, who's the next Bond going to be. I think there is a semi-solid Star Trek rumor going out. They are going to reboot TNG in film format and replace the cast. There's people I would have in place already to play certain cast members, but the one I can't think of is who do you actually get to play Picard to fill Patrick's. I'm really not sure who you could ask to do that.
I actually have a slightly.
No one who can touch Sir Patrick.
Well, I have a slightly left to field answer to this. David Tennant.
No.
Why not?
He's a good enough actor.
He doesn't carry. Do you know that line in Insurrection where Picard is on the planet with what's her name, Aisha or whatever, the lady with the ginger hair, and she says, "Are you aware of the trust you engender?" To Picard, and you realise at that point that when Picard says something, you innately trust that it's right.
Oh, David Tennant's got that. Sorry, James. David Tennant does have that.
David Tennant has a sort of zany, wacky, lively energy. He doesn't carry authority.
I'd have to strongly disagree with you there, I'm afraid, James. I think
you can, but you'd be wrong.
Well, you have to understand that David Tennant has played the Doctor, and not only has he played the Doctor, he's played the Doctor very well, and he's the most trusted figure in all the universe. So it's not an easy answer, and that's why I think it's a good question to pose.
And we shall pose that question next week because it is now time for us to go, unfortunately.
Oh, no.
On that bombshell, it is the end of this week's show. So all that remains at this point is to say thank you very much.
And to say that that's what I was going to creep up to, David. You and I, you're obviously a wise person.
Well, we must go because there's another panel we must be going. So thank you so much for watching this week. We will catch you next week.
Oh,
bye.
Goodbye.
Look after yourselves and each other.
Don't have nightmares.